Raj, let me start with you and that underperform. You say you think it's an inherently risky move, that is the battery plans, with steep execution and operational challenges. Give me some sense as to what you're talking about there when you reference those challenges.
Yeah, there are significant challenges of producing battery cells internally. I mean, one of the main issues is yield. The yields on the battery cells have to be 80, 90%. If one or two battery cells is defective, then the entire string of battery cells are defective, and therefore the battery pack is useless. And there's a linear relationship between battery packs and car production. So for every battery pack that's produced, one car is produced. And so if the battery pack is defective because of a cell that's defective, then you have to throw those battery packs out. So that's extreme. There's a lot of challenges on the yield issue. There's a lot of challenges potentially on the manufacturing cycle time. The cycle times are extremely high. And then also, if you look at the competitive landscape, more and more EV companies are starting to narrow the gap on the advantage that Tesla has, particularly around the thermal cooling systems, particularly around the materials that they use. So more EV companies are using more nickel as opposed to cobalt. Nickel has a higher energy per usage. So competitors are narrowing the gap on the materials side. They're also narrowing the gap on the cooling system side by using pouch cells versus cylindrical cells. So to produce cells internally and basically bring in the battery supply chain internally, it's a lot of risk, and it should not just be kind of discounted that this is going to be an easy process.
Emmanuel, you have a different view. I'm curious if you want to sort of rebut some of those concerns in terms of operational and execution challenges that they have on the battery front.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, we upgraded Tesla overnight on the back of Battery Day. I think that what Tesla is essentially planning to deliver is really what matters for batteries, which is essentially, and for electric vehicle adoption, which is essentially battery cost and performance. Remember that Tesla has been partnering with Panasonic in a JV. They've been sort of producing their own cells already for a while in Reno, Nevada. And now they're taking it to a whole next level, which is by incorporating and doing their own manufacturing. So I think it's a very bold move. I think the sort of targets they're talking about are actually not something that we have heard from any of the competitors, certainly not the automakers, but definitely not the battery suppliers either. And I think they attract the best talent, and there's no reason they shouldn't be able to deliver it. What is particularly important is that this unlocks tremendously different economics for electric vehicles. This could prompt mass adoption because they're literally cutting the cost of batteries in half, and that's a very big deal.